Bless up, y'all. King Kevin in the building, baby. Happy 2022. Happy New Year's. Many blessings to you and your families. Making this video because recently Broward College, which used to be called Broward Community College, when I was there, recognized me as an alumni, was a successful alumni. So thank you for doing that, Broward College. And seeing that post on LinkedIn, like I didn't even know they had posted a flyer about me, and recognizing that I was, a honorable alumni from Broward College. So I'm not sure who's behind it, but thank you. God bless you for doing that. And it brought back so many memories, bittersweet memories, really. Because of the fact when I was at Broward College, I was going through a lot. I was really going through life. People think that when you graduate college, whether it's community college, JUCO, or university, that is just, studying and passing tests and walking across the stage to receive another diploma. That's not the case. Many of us go through a tremendous amount of stress. It's an arduous task to actually graduate college. And at that time, I was literally giving up on life, because you have to graduate from life as well, But at Broward College, I was able to get to school. I mean, it was very tough for me just to be able to get to class, just to be able to sit down in the classroom. I took courses at Broward College, and at the same time I was going to Florida Atlantic University, FAU, which is where I got my bachelor's degree in political science and minor in marketing. And it was very, very difficult for me because of everything I was going through. I was on probation for one, a felony probation at that, and for stupid choice I made, trying to get extra money, like most black males. I fell in that trap. And it was tough for me because the probation officer that I had literally told me, you're not college material, you're not going to graduate college, and you're going to end up going back to jail. It's just a matter of time. And some people may say things like that to challenge you, but she said it with such spitefulness, and she was always spiteful towards me, this white lady. And I got up and told her, like, look, I will graduate college. I don't care what you're talking about. And you don't determine my success. I determine my success. And I got up and walked out her office, and I immediately went to the probation supervisor and told her I want another officer, because this lady is going to violate me. I already know it. She just doesn't seem like someone who wants to see me to be successful, which is cool. Their job is just to monitor people. And luckily I did that, because I knew what she was going to be doing. I had enough stress already because of my gang-related activities, or activities of those around me, rather. You know what I'm saying? Those of you who've seen that movie Gang-Related with Tupac, and I forgot the other actor's name, but one of Tupac's very last movies was called Gang-Related. And so just being those relations with those people in the gang who were on the federal investigation, local police investigation, Broward, Dade, Palm Beach County. Even though, I backed up out the game, I wasn't slanging dope no more. I wasn't, robbing anymore. I never robbed. First of all, I never robbed or kicked anybody's doors. It was always stores, or et cetera, et cetera. But even then, what I'm saying, just to be able, the fact to even pick up a gun and then go ahead and do something like that, I think about my mental capacity at the time, and how unconscious I was. I was literally dead alive. I was alive as in breathing and walking, but I felt like I was dead spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I sell a piece of rock cocaine, that is, or even powder, I felt like a piece of my soul. I was selling my soul piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? So when prostitutes or people who are slaying dope or whatever, every time they make a move, in that direction, they're literally digging, you know, a shovel. You know, they're digging their own grave. You know what I'm saying? Piece by piece. And that's how I felt. And I remember when I sold my phone that I was, you know, hustling with, I sold my phone to a friend of mine's, and you know, the phone, I think I sold it to him for maybe $500, something like that. I could have got $1,000, $2,000 for it, because I was making a couple of thousand a week, you know, so easy. And I had good clients, big jobs. So, you know, he literally was adding $2,000-$3,000 extra money to the money he was already making. You know, he was a much bigger dope dealer than I ever was. And he's actually still slanging dope to this day, to be honest with you. Years later, you know, you're talking about 15 years later, you know. Am my math right? Grad 2005 in 2021. Yeah, 15, 16 years later. So, but at Broward College, I remember when I sold my phone, I knew that I was gonna be struggling, because I didn't have a regular job. I didn't have a job at all. Once I, you know, sold my hustle phone, which you can call it. And I had a beeper as well. Those know beeper. Beeper is a little device that people used to have back in the 80s and 90s. I don't remember what year it stopped. It must have been 2002 when all beepers stopped. 2001, 2002, when no one had a beeper anymore. You know, the service completely stopped, but people would beep codes to a device, and you will call that number, and you know, you discuss what y'all need to discuss. You know what I'm saying? So beeper was a big deal. So people who got smartphones today, you know, especially young kids, you guys have no idea what we used to have to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like now we have the GPS maps, we have the you know, text messaging. You know, imagine texting numbers in codes, like, you know, for I love you, or some people would text 6969 or 911 emergencies. You know, there's different codes. But I remember vividly once when I was starving. You know, I had to catch the bus from Palm Beach to Broward, or from Miami-Dade. Once I actually had to go on a run, you know, for my life, I would take a train or bus to the train station to go from Miami-Dade County to Broward County to go to Broward College. And then once I got out of class at Broward College, I would take the another bus to the train station to go to Palm Beach County. So I'm crossing 3 counties, you know, barely any money. And so prideful, I wouldn't ask anybody for money, to borrow money. You know, my mom she used to just give it to me. You know what I'm saying? A few dollars here and there. Rest in peace to my mom. And the biggest, and I'm gonna get back into that, but the biggest thing I always wanted to do was to see my mom proud of us. You know, I have 5 siblings. I'm with 5 children. I'm actually a father now, thank God. My daughter, you know what I mean? Beautiful young lady, beautiful princess. But I wanted my mom to see me walk across that stage more than anything in the world, because she'd been through so much, worked so hard, you know, coming from Haiti in the 80s, you know, busting her butt with you know, being a single mother and going through domestic violence. We had a stalker that almost killed her at one point, her and my uncle. You know, the stalker thought that, which was her ex-boyfriend, thought that my uncle was her boyfriend, but my uncle was with her for protection. You know what I'm saying? And he was taking her home to the projects where we used to live in, PRC, Park Ridge Court. Shout out to everybody from PRC and who's still alive today. And he literally ran the car, ran his car under their van. You know, he had like a low Supra or something like that, Toyota Supra, and the car directly underneath the van, like rammed it and made the van flip over. And my uncle had a gun, but he couldn't get to the gun. He was knocked unconscious. You know what I'm saying? And the guy took the bat and was smashing the car. I mean, it was crazy. You know, this happened when I was in middle school, which was my first experience with the devil, I would say. But that's a whole nother story. And I talk about this and my whole experience growing up in my first book, Courage to Believe. And I wrote 3 books: Courage to Believe, Never Give Up, Keep Moving Forward, which is also named my stage play and nonprofit organization. You go to thecouragetobelieve.com to find more information. My second book, 7 Types of Queens, King's Desire, which is a compare and contrast of ancient queens and women of today. And my last book that came out 2021, The Winner in the Mirror, Activating Superpowers, Mind, Body, and Spirit. Just to let you guys know, I'm in my work clothes now because I have a cleaning business, a full service cleaning business, and mold remediation here in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm actually waiting on the client. So thank God the client's running late. I'm getting paid anyway, but they're running late, so it gave me a chance to make this video. But in retrospect and looking back at what I went through at the times when I was at Broward College and at FAU, you know, and not being able to afford to buy, you know, chicken wings. There was a corner store that used to sell these chicken wings for like 25 cents in Miami-Dade off of 79th Street. And this was in Little Haiti. And I couldn't buy 25-cent pieces of wings, man. And I remember my eyes watering, like I wanted to cry. You know, I was cold that night. It was raining. I was hungry, just coming for a full day of school, and I can't afford, you know, to buy 3 pieces of chicken wings, man. And that's not even a real meal. And this was pretty much my diet, you know, was to buy that for 75 cents and whatever else I can buy, you know. And I felt homeless, you know, even though I wasn't homeless. I was sleeping on the floor with rats. So I guess in a sense I was kind of, you know, my cousins brought me in and let me sleep at their home up there in Little Haiti while I was, you know, being ducked off. My lawyer, luckily I had a lawyer at the time who looked out and wasn't charging me for advice because he seen I was he's a white guy. He seen I was a black man trying to make it. He was my brother's lawyer for a very serious case. And, you know, he gave me some free advice up to a certain point. Because lawyers want their money. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? And I remember once just wanted to give up. And something inside just would not let me give up. You know, I did not want to give up on myself. But, you know, just it was so hard for me, man. It was so hard. So students, you guys who are struggling right now with where you want to go in life, if you have a positive dream, if you have something you want to accomplish so bad that you can taste it, that you're crying at the fact of the frustration of things not moving forward, believe me, do not give up. Stay in that fight. I'm a true believer. If you hang in there long enough, if you hang in the fight long enough, God is going to bring an angel to your life. And I had several angels come into my life. And the next video, I'm going to talk about Judge Elijah Williams, my judge in Broward County courthouse, who actually looked out for me, and I wouldn't be here today. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for him, because even though I wanted to give up, it was people like him was like, look, I see a bright future in you, young man. I'm going to give you a break. Anyway, stay tuned. KevinDorival.com is my website. At Courage to Believe, Instagram and Twitter. And thank you again, Broward College. And I'm going to make another video, part to this video. I didn't want to make this a long, drawn out video. I just want to, you know, inspire somebody out there, you know, keep moving forward. Be blessed. Thanks.